Every journey has a purpose, and sometimes that purpose is found in motion, in roads less traveled, and in stories not yet told. This journey started in Nairobi, not just as a destination, but as a decision. I was headed to Uganda for a project field mission with my colleagues from the Africa Borderlands Center. Our goal was to visit communities along the Kenya-Uganda corridor, places often overlooked but full of life, culture, and resilience.
So we are on our way to Alale. Alale is at the border of Kenya and Uganda. And I'm here with Ashley, my friend.
Yeah.
And Antoinette. So we just stopped by just to get some fresh air.
As a development storyteller, this wasn't my first journey like this. Over the past 4 years, my work has taken me across many of Africa's border regions, places where voices often go unheard but never unnoticed. According to UNDP, Africa's borderlands are home to over 270 million people. They are the front lines of climate change, migration, trade, and cross-cultural exchange, rich in potential but often undeserved in policy and resources. The road was tough. We passed quiet hills and dry riverbeds. But it's in places like this, far from the city, that you really see what development means. You stop just telling stories and start truly seeing people's reality. And I wasn't alone. I was traveling with people who have spent years working in these regions. My colleagues Enoch, Ashley, Antoinette, Bernard, and Andy. Whenever we hit a snag at the border, Enoch steps in. His calm voice, his vast knowledge of multiple languages always helps to clear the way. He even doubled as my tour guide on this trip.
Honestly, it is a grueling trip. And for the entire mission and leg, this is the most complex. That moving from Makutano to here takes about 4 hours. 4 hours, not on tarmac, but in a rough road, in scorching heat. But it is a delight, when getting to a place where farmers show you exactly the success of that which they planted and more or less glorify the work we've done. And it is a sincere hope that we can scale this beyond not only here, but other parts of the borderlands. So, long live borderlands.
In Alale, close to the Kenya-Uganda border, something unexpected happened. We stumbled upon a community celebration. Music, laughter, people dancing freely under the open sky. We joined in, awkward at first, then completely at home. In that moment, we weren't outsiders, we were part of something beautiful.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the best of MTV. West Pokot
Before we got to the border, we had several stops. Communities like Kapenguria, Makutano, and Kacheliba.
How do you say what's your name in Swahili? Junayakoni? Junayakoni? Huh? Sosa? What does that mean? Can you interpret for me? Say hi. Say hi to the camera. Yana.
On the second day of our journey, we drove deeper into Kenya's West Pokot County, into a quiet community called Kumerimiri, right near the Uganda border. The terrain was rugged. The roads, let's just say, they tested both our vehicle and our patience. But what waited on the other side was worth it. We met with community members, elders, women, and youth for another focus group discussion. They shared stories of everyday life, of droughts, displacement, border tension, and hope.
Say sawa sawa. Sawa sawa. Hi guys, so I am here in Komirimiri village. Komirimiri village is in the Karamoja region of northern Kenya, but in Uganda. And we are here to have a focus group discussion with the community. Here are my colleagues. Say hi to the camera.
Hi.
This is Professor Andy.
A committee member, Permit project,
Project,
farm project.
Komirimiri Farm Project.
Yes.
Thank you.
Komirimiri reminded me that even in the most remote places, people aren't passive. They are dreaming, planning, fighting for their future. And sometimes all they need is for someone to listen. After the focus group discussion, while walking through one of the farms belonging to the community, we found one of those places that barely shows up on the map, but shows you everything about what climate change really looks like. That's where I met two young women kneeling beside a shallow pit in the ground. That pit was our only source of water. They scooped it carefully with plastic bottles, sifting out sand and dirt with their hands. The same water the animals drank, the same water they take home for cooking, for bathing, and for drinking.
Yes. This is a drinking water. This is what. So I'm telling you,
How do your animals also drink water?
animal.
Yes.
Yeah, they drink from the source. So when the animal comes, they bring a container, and the animals, goats and cows, comes and drink from the container.
And in that moment, I couldn't help but ask myself, if this was my home, my sister, my daughter, would I accept it as normal? It was too heartbreaking to witness and do nothing. In that moment, I took a photo and sent it to my colleague Desiree, who leads the water portfolio at the Africa Borderlands Center. His response came almost immediately, and it warmed my heart. We need to mobilize resources for the area urgently, he said. That moment reminded me, sometimes storytelling is more than documentation. Sometimes it's the first step towards change. Crossing to Uganda was, well, let's just say it wasn't as simple as stamping a passport and smiling for the camera. I couldn't get my visa processed in Nigeria, so I had to apply at the border. The officers were kind and surprisingly helpful, but there was one problem, no internet. So we had to drive a few kilometers down the road just to find a signal strong enough for me to download the visa document.
Searching for internet. So there's internet here, according to him.
It was one of those classic Africa on the move moments. Patience, heat, and a bit of laughter. But we made it through, stand, legal, and ready to roll. After that, we had to change currency. Enoch, my friend, translator, fixer, and unofficial tour guide took us to this huge local cattle market.
So we are on our way to get cash. We just crossed over to Uganda, and here in Uganda, we need the Ugandan shillings for us to be able to do anything here. Thankfully, I have some Kenyan shillings on me, so I'm going to change the Kenyan shillings to Ugandan shillings, and then we proceed.
It was loud, dusty, full of energy, and yes, that's where we finally got some Ugandan shillings.
What's the exchange rate, you know?
Now the exchange rate today, Saturday, is 1 Kenya shilling, equivalent to 28 Uganda shillings.
1 Kenya shillings to 28 Ugandan shillings.
Uganda shilling. This is our long-time friend.
Oh, hi. How are you? What's the name?
Samuel Ruke.
Samuel Ruke. My name is Dio. Nice to meet you.
Yes.
Is he allowing in person or has to be cash.
Yes, actually, and this is the main man here.
Okay.
Whichever currency you have, naira,
Are you serious, Naira?
everything he does it.
Interesting.
This is the main plug in Amuda district.
Okay,
And
this
something
is
even
Samda
interesting
district.
is
Okay.
the rates in Amudat are better than the rates in Kampala.
Interesting. Okay,
That's how
okay.
they
So
get
we can get a better rate here.
Indeed, yeah.
But this wasn't just any rural market. I noticed something unusual. People crossing back and forth between Kenya and Uganda, carrying goods, livestock, sacks of grain, and even mobile accessories. It felt something bigger was happening here. So I turned to Enoch and asked him to explain what was going on. That was when he explained.
So, there's a massive cross-border trade happening in this community, in this border. Can you tell me more?
Yes, indeed. Now we are at Amudat Market. Today being a Saturday is when they have the regional cattle market. In this market, indeed, you'll find cows, goats, sheep, and camels.
Okay.
What makes it interesting is that all the animals that are sold here come from as far as Wajir and Garissa in Kenya, specifically the camels. They're traded here.
And Wajir is at the border of Kenya and Ethiopia.
Kenya,
From-
Ethiopia, Somalia.
Kenya, Ethiopia, Somalia.
Yes, indeed. The businessmen who buy cows and take back to Nairobi, specifically at a market called the Dagoretti. This is the main supplying point for cows. And if you check on the other side, you'll see trucks that are loading cows. Those cows are being taken across again the border to Kenya and a few to a city area called Mbale and Kampala in Uganda.
This market is one of the major cross-border trade points between the two countries. Families on both sides of the border depend on it, not just for food, but for income, identity, and connection. And most of it, completely informal. No border fences, no custom booths, just people doing business, building community, surviving day to day. It made me think, in places like this, the community doesn't wait for policy. It moves across rivers, across roads, across borders, and maybe social development. Then we went to find food. Let's just say I struggled with the food. But that's part of the beauty of travel. It humbles you. You learn, you adjust, you laugh at yourself.
What are you eating?
The hack in this area is this. If you go to a restaurant
Okay.
or hotel and there are no fries, that's not a good hotel. Now,
So this is chapati, right?
yes, chapati.
Is this Kenya chapati or Uganda chapati?
No, this is Uganda.
Okay.
It's called chikomando.
Okay.
So when it's a combination of this and beans,
Okay.
it's called chikomando.
Chikomando.
Chikomando is food for hustlers, for those of us who are not in there.
Ashley, what are you eating?
This is goat meat soup.
Goat meat soup and
Very good.
rice, right?
Yes, and rice. Very nice.
You like it?
I like it so much.
Okay. And you?
I'm having rice and beans too.
Rice and beans stew. Okay. And for me, I'm having rice and goat stew as well.
Throughout the journey, I was surrounded by a team that shared the mission. Professionals, friends, development workers. We weren't there to fix everything. We were there to listen, learn, and connect. Sometimes the greatest impact begins with presence. This wasn't just a trip, it was a reminder that true real development is about people, their daily struggles, their dreams, their dignity. And that storytelling is a bridge between policy and people, data and experience, distance and empathy. I'm just getting started. This is the first of many journeys. Stories that take us across borders and into the heart of development.